Hello everyone, and welcome back to another stream. For today, we're playing Hearts of Iron 4 again. A long time since I've played this game. We're going to try out a new type of mod. Well, I've only just found it on the workshop anyway. It's quite popular. It's called a very British Civil War mod. We're going to play Canal for today because they seem to be the only English. The rest of them are all Scottish. There's nothing wrong with Scotland. I'm English. I want to play English. Let's have a look. So we're going to play Cornwall because that's the only nation. As you can tell, the map is just England and Ireland. Or the British Isles. There's nothing else. Just a bigger version of Britain. So there is law behind this. So we'll have a look at the law probably in a minute. But we're going to play this nation down here, Cornwall. So as you can tell, England is a big mess, really. This mod is still kind of being tested. It's not finished and all that, so a lot of the other nations, like the Royalists, the Anglican League, and all those kind of thing, the Yorkist Front, all have the basic tree at the minute. The only ones that are different are like the Scottish Republic. Basically, these three big nations in Scotland, I believe, are the only ones, and Canal for the moment. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get straight into it. So, a crisis has befallen the British Isles, and the country stands at the brink of bloody ruin. It began in the final weeks of 1936 when Prime Minister Baldwin, citing widespread opposition from Parliament, the public and the Church, informed King Edward VIII that neither he nor his cabinet could condone the King's marriage to American socialite and the divorcee Wallis Simpson. Presenting the King with an ultimatum, Baldwin threatened to resign his position unless the King even renounced either his affection for Mrs. Simpson or the crown. King Edward, calling the Prime Minister's bluff, summoned Baldwin to the palace and told him in no uncertain terms he would abandon neither the woman he loved nor his birthright. True to his word, the Prime Minister immediately offered his resignation even, swiftly followed by the rest of the cabinet. Attempts to come to an agreement with the remaining MPs came to nothing, effectively leaving the country without a government. Finally, the King turned to his personal friend Oswald Mosley, invited him into the palace and exercised his sovereign authority to appoint Mosley the new Prime Minister. Let's have a look what happened next. The appointment of Mosley, already notorious for his extreme views and not currently a member of Parliament, caused widespread outrage. A stage walkout of MPs and peers alike saw Parliament in Westminster reduced to little more than a rump assembly of monarchists and Mosleyites. Mosleyites, there we are. While the absentee MPs and peers set up a parliament in exile in York. Mosley's appointment proved equally unpopular with the population at large, sparking protests across the country. Clashes between the right wing and the socialist organisations escalated into widespread violence over Christmas and the New Year, and many police forces struggled to keep the peace. Violence continued into the spring amidst calls for the army to be called in to keep order. Unwilling to deploy troops against his own people, the king instead authorised the raising of auxiliary constabularies, formed largely of pro-Mosley thugs. The auxiliaries began to take a very heavy-handed approach and soon came to be seen not as keepers of the peace but as enforcers of the king's personal rule, which only served to further galvanise his opponents. Despite this, it was announced that his coronation in May would go ahead as planned. Wow, it's got quite a background going on. On the day of the coronation, crowds lined the king's route from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey. Security was very tight, with the king travelling in a closed car and escorted both by the Guards regiments and by members of the Metropolitan Auxiliary Constabulary. However, as the royal procession entered Parliament Square, shots rang out, narrowly missing the king's car, which immediately sped off along Whitehall. Almost immediately, the auxiliaries opened fire into the assembled crowd, believing the would-be assassin to be among them. In response, the guards began firing on the auxiliaries, with the ensuing exchange of fire lasting for 15 minutes before senior officers managed to restrain their men. Visibly shaken as he took refuge at No. 10 Downing Street, Edward called on Mosley to immediately impose martial law on the capital, granting him a free hand to increase the powers of the auxiliaries. The king then fled to London that night to take up residence with Mrs. Simpson at Worcestershire Country Estate, where they were soon quietly married. The following week saw widespread accusations and recriminations over the attempt on the king's life, culminating in the disbanding of the Guards regiment's soldiers. Once loyal servants of the crown were sent home, deeply resentful of having their honour so besmirched. As spring turned into summer, unrest continued to grow. The imposition of martial law further increased the resolve of the king's opponents, and many left-wing and anti-monarchist groups across Britain began to organise themselves into armed militias. Realising that even the auxiliaries couldn't hope to maintain orders in such a climate, the king finally agreed to deploy the army on the proviso that regiments would only serve in their home counties even. Across the empire, meanwhile, the crisis had far-reaching consequences. The governments of Australia and New Zealand both fell as they struggled to maintain order, and the already fiercely nationalist government of South Africa seized the opportunity to declare independence. In India, the viceroy was only able to maintain order by force of arms, and British territories across the Middle East were beset by sporadic uprisings. Closer to home, Irish Taoiseach Eamon de Valera sent troops into Northern Ireland, ostensibly to help restore order, but ultimately to reclaim Ulster for the Republic. Only Canada remained unscathed and offered refuge to the king's brothers and their families as they fled the increasingly hostile situation at home. Summer soon gave way to autumn, but the tension at home and abroad showed no signs of abating. The leaders of the Anglican Church, driven by Archbishop Lang's opposition to the king's marriage, declared Edward unfit to serve as the head of the Church of England, nor indeed as king. The newly formed Anglican League quickly became a focal point for the public opposition to the king, attracting thousands of members. Inspired by this example, the Scottish Kirk followed suit and convened a Council of the State, declaring that Scotland would no longer recognise the rule of Edward or of the London government. The council established a Scottish Republic and closed the border with England. In Wales, a similar wave of nationalist fervour bubbled to the surface, particularly in the rural north, where an independence movement was quickly established in the capital of I can't speak Welsh, I apologise. Machynlleth, or whatever it's called. Meanwhile, the industrial areas of South Wales, reflecting a pattern seen across the whole of Great Britain, saw the rapid growth of workers' militias nucleating around the local trade unions. In York, the Parliament in exile unanimously voted to appoint the King's brother, Prince Albert, as Lord Protector and invited him to return from Canada to restore order. The United Kingdom was rapidly becoming anything but. As winter began to draw in, sporadic violence continued across the country, and the various bands and militias began to crystallise into organised factions. Britain became an increasingly volatile powder keg until one morning in November, when a tiny spark in Cornwall, the people I'm playing, quickly turned into a conflagration which spread across the whole country. A Cornish nationalist group, calling itself the Kernel Liberation Army, had been making raids against royalist forces and bases in Cornwall, and even crossed the border into Devon, entering into direct conflict with the Devonshire Regiment of the Regular Army. When the KLA retreated back across the Tamar, the Devonshire The Devonshires pursued and found themselves under fire from the Duke of Cornwall's regiment, who were already deployed along the river and believed the Devonshires to be an invading force. The two regiments entered into a pitched battle, and the Devonshires eventually withdrew back across the border. However, the die was cast as word spread. Army regiments across the country realized they could no longer rely on direction from high command and would have to choose their own side. So surely this means war. Now, town and country alike have been riven by open warfare, but no side has been able to make any serious territorial gains, with the worst of the winter weather fast approaching. A Christmas truce has been called. Although uneasy, it has so far been honoured by all combatants. Much of the population is still hoping for an amicable solution, or at least, if there must be war, that's the spirit of fair play will win out. What say you? I'm going to honour the truce for now, because I don't know what I've got myself into. Well, that's nice. We definitely need some industry. Let's get going, eh? Let's have a look. Well, how's our army? Is our army... Oh, dear. Oh, very dear. Oh, very, very dear. That's better. Not the great. Not the best, but better. Commanders do we have? Clive Byrne. Ooh. I think we shall go with Clive Byrne and have Field Marshal Robert Victor Walling. And I think we shall definitely get rid of these battalions and make them all infantry. I knew it was going to do that. Missing equipment. Equipment are we missing? Mortar. Ooh, look at this. We got our own tree. Okay. I think we should start off with some civvy policies. Now, what can we get? Okay. Start building that, and then start building infrastructure. Why not? Let's actually start getting a navy going. No, I can't trade with anybody for the time being. Right then. Oh, we've got a navy. That's nice to know. And a commander. Excellent. Oh, we have an air force. Not really a massive air force, but it's better than nothing, I would say. See if we can at least get 50 of each. And what we'll do, get them both attached to this army. Certainly, I won't be able to build much. I'm tiny. Let's get going. Always need more guns. think it's going to take a while for us to get Cornwall to go. We're tiny compared to like the rest of the nations. Or mini nations. It's generally going to turn into a Game of Thrones, isn't it? I'm guessing that's why that's there. Try and get some trade deals as well. Let's get our army preparing for the worst. Yeah, definitely won't have. Ooh. Nice. So I need aluminium. Restructure the government. Oh no! They say that the tea is running short. I don't think I can survive. The tea's running short. My question is, how are we meant to defeat the rest of the UK? I mean, look at it. Oh look, we've got good old Winnie. Oh, he's got a non-aggression pact with the Anglican League. Jam and Jerusalem. Okay, all the communist peeps us together. Okay, so we've restructured the governments. So the status of the military, and then we'll start getting some investors in. So we're desperate for aluminium. Okay then. Let's get this going, and then construction would be handy. Meanwhile, shall trade with the world. And I put in government. Let's encourage investors so we can actually start building up something. What are these guys doing? Right, they're all fully trained. Excellent. And let's try and get a dispersed industry. Oh, there it goes, the wars. The wars are beginning. Get some more aluminium. Let's do the Game of Thrones. Is there any factions that I should be aware of? Only the communists. Oh dear, the Jacobites are absolutely getting... They're getting their asses handed to them by the Scottish. As a sovereign nation, Kurnow must have a king to rule. Granted, we have been a democracy for so long, but it is sometimes nice just to spice things up, isn't it? The Mebion Kurnow, led by Killer Couch, have decided that it is finally time to elect a king, and there are many disposed Zest royals waiting for a shot at the throne of a nation. And what better than the kingship of Kurnow? Let's just call all those European chaps who want to have a shot at ruling our nation to come to Truro in 2 weeks' time and let us go from there. How terribly exciting. I feel like this is just going to go wrong. See if we can get an expedition. I mean, a trade deal with the Irish. Bloody hell, everybody's got a claim on Devon. I think what I should wait for is somebody else to declare war. on the Royalists. What's Scotland doing? Unknown. The Scottish like us, though, which is nice. The Jacobites don't, however. But the Irish. Oh, the Irish will probably like us soon. I think we should fortify the Tamur, so Tamar, even Tamar. I think I'm definitely going to get a deal with those Germans. Rather than the French. Ooh. Panzerkampfwagen 1s. Don't mind if I do. Friedrich von Hosen, Friedrich von Wettin. As the Speaker for House Hohenzollern steps forward, he stretches out his hand and beckons to his liege. Helene, stand before you all the true contender for the throne. He is a descendant of House Hohenzollern, the son of the great Kaiser Wilhelm II. It was he who defended against the French armies. When they inched ever closer to Berlin during the War of 14, he held off a whole squadron of French cuirassiers single-handedly with his saber. He shows to the whole assembly a curved, one-handed saber, clearly more than it is. Interrupted as loud laughter begins to envelop the room. The whole congregation imagine this man holding off anything but his own appetite. She starts to turn around. Forward comes the von Wettin representative, the prince trudging slowly behind him. My dear lords and ladies, don't listen to all that tosh that this man is spouting. In front of you stands the only man who could be considered king of Kurnau. This man defended the coast of Germany from the communist sailors of 1919, where he destroyed a whole brigade merely with 2 shots of a cannon. In the wilds of Russia, he fought and defeated the whole... Let's have von Wettin. Oh my. Well then. That is 1 picture and a half. Well, this isn't good. Bloody Irish. Stability could be better. And just like that, the Jacobites are out. See if the Norwegians will accept us. Ah, jolly good. Right, let's fortify this place. We'll be building forts all the way across this line. Bit more aluminium. Okay, good. Let's get some more infrastructure in there. How's our production doing? Not too bad, actually. Let's get new weapons. That's a lot of custom tanks right there. King Arthur being the best. Try and get some fuel storage. That face just makes me laugh. So I wonder what the Scottish Republic going to be doing then? No. Oh my god, what happened to their leader? He's still the same. He's still the same. Still good old Churchill. Oh my god. Let's do some resource exploitation. You just got to build up that economy first, because if you look at us, we're not very powerful. Don't think we ever will be unless we can take out the loyalists here. Yeah, we literally can't attack anyone apart from Ireland. Fuel storage is complete. Conversions. Got a couple of new stuff coming out. Oh no, prepare for the tea shortages. We'll sort the mess out first. I'm just stockpiling tea. To be fair, I could imagine that. What is wrong with these tank battalions? Oh my god. Can I have them? I'm gonna need them elite actually. Pretty sure. Jesus, these are bad. Male voice choir? What? That's funny. That's really funny. Support artillery. And some recon. Preferably some more bloody tanks. Marines would be a good shout. Let's defy Westminster. Oh, it's all kicking off again. Construction. Low manpower, that's not good. Always short on aluminium, so we can do this. Got better weapons, so let's convert them. And of course we have the new tanks. We're going to need those tanks, there's no doubt about it. Let's get the Germans involved. And I'll pass these. prepare for those tea shortages. We'll feed the country cake, it's fine. I'm not going to empower the bishop, I don't know what that's going to do to the country. Feed them cake. We're short on again. Aluminium, of course. Build the local mills. Improve these forts, since there's nothing else to build. Because if our time comes, it's going to be hard. Very hard. Trade with Wales. Let's upgrade our air force. So it's actually proficient. Yeah, let's try and get radar. Let's do fighters. Oh dear, what's going on? Oh. Well then. The Jacobites have come back from the dead. And the actual British government has somehow survived. Definitely grown stronger. Let's do an Arsenal of Freedom. We need more guns. We need more aircraft. Let's go with light tanks for now. Again, we need aluminium. Build that out. Start building up our army. Oh, excellent. We have aircraft that are ready. I might need another fighter wing. And what I should do is have them train. Arm the militia. Also get some close air support researched because that will come in handy, as we shall see very soon. We need more tanks, especially. We also need artillery, not just mortars. What I shall do is give these boys artillery support. Okay, I can't because they need training. Is the Loyalists at war with anybody yet? Royalists even? No. Right, excellent. Let's place that with the light tank. We are going for a blitzkrieg. Opal Investments. Construct a radar station. Make that top of the priority. Then we can have a look at what's going on over here. Give us a good, decent intel. We have enough factories. I do, but I could do with more. Like I need more aluminium. Okay, nice. I got some close air support. Sponsored by Opal. Let's get some tanks rolling out. Excellent. Superior firepower, anyone? I need more men. Ah, my radar station's been built. More aluminium to keep expanding the air force. More units. Need a bigger army. I need at least 20,000 more men to be a threat. Expanding our light tanks. Yeah, the British, the rest of the English are, the Royalists I should say, are taking notice of me now. Which means I am a threat. Let's get another load of bombers. Build the National Library. Let's get more aluminium. Let's make sure that this is the final light tank. And then let's start working on anti-tank. Oh, come on, I need more men. What are we lacking? Infantry equipment. Oh, bloody hell. We got too many of. Let's pull these off. I think for the time being we don't need mortars. Have that factory. Okay, excellent. We've got a third research slot which will come in handy. Getting some of these done. Let's build the Atlantic Wall. Oh wait, the Royalists are at war. Now would be a great time to attack them. But I can't. God damn it. Nice amount of tanks coming in, which is good. I just need some close air support. Be handy. Let's keep it integrated for now. The armoured tram project, that just makes me laugh. I want the actual hell. Yes, let's get the Cornish trams involved. Right, we'll focus on the Air Force next. Speaking of the Air Force, let's call these back. They should be trained. So we can get our fuel back. Bloody big tank. Oh, why not? Let's try him. Let's just try him. An anti-tank gun would be nice. Oh, hold on, one of you is going to have to start off the next army. Oh, you're both blue, that's why. Looking at you like, what? There we go. Long live Cornwall. Night vision so we can do night attacks. How big's the army now? 29,000 men. We're getting there. Getting there, just need to keep recruiting. How's our construction going? Okay, we're done that. We still can't do any of them, so let's start building up the Cornish Navy. Airborne assault. I don't think I've even researched power troopers. Nationalize the shipyards. I don't know what it keeps saying I'm missing. I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, it'll be the mortars. I'm gonna be complaining about the bloody mortars, isn't it? Right, the Air Force. Get better planes. Right, we finally got our intelligence agency, which is nice. Still can't punish Edward. How many ships I have? Bloody hell. Well, it appears I've run out of national... Oh no, I haven't. Never mind. My navy's got so bloody big. You go grab a cup of tea. Ah, excellent. He's only using militia forces. Should be easy pickings for my infantry. Atomic research, because why not? Let's turn Kurnow into an atomic powerhouse. I'll be 1 sec, chaps. Or ladies. Whoever's watching. I'll leave the game running on slow That'll be 1 second. And then back. We're almost ready to punish Eddie. Almost ready for war, chaps. Oh, we are ready for war. Oh, bloody hell. Wait, what? Let's continue. In the field? Ah, wait. We need the last amount of men. Sod it. Let's go for it. Excellent. Let's get them all trained up and ready. Good in the Air Force. I am indeed. We are just about ready for war. He says, while looking at his tanks and his product. Oh my god. It's okay, we'll be fine once we take Devon. Well, here goes nothing. Declare war. It's moving fast. Oh, why not? Switch to extensive conscription, war economy, limited exports. There we go, that should be alright. Oh my god. They must have one mighty, like... Air Force or something. try and push them back. That guy almost looks like Stephen Fry. Why can't we win this? Anyway, I know we've just started the war, but I'm going to end this here. Save it, and we'll come back to it another day. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please follow, like, subscribe, depending on where you're watching me from. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to be playing some Alien Isolation soon. Soon. Can't even talk today. So stay epic. See you in a bit.